but God is mine, so I submit to God.
But she also submits to God.
And then she and just the Bible just
Correct, Gigi.
all I'm saying is like I submit to God, and then the Bible says the wife is supposed to submit to me. That's all.
I took
Okay,
And
that.
I'm really glad you said that.
it doesn't cause an issue within my
Yeah,
household. I
it
thought I
does.
could just come in here and give
It
some.
Terry, and I'm going to tell you why, because this is really important, and it's something that a lot of I hear, because I've been on, this many times, and you seem um like you're well-meaning, so I do not mean this in
I am
disrespect.
trying to be
But
well.
I'm going to say this directly to you. A lot of what happens is men have put themselves in the place of Jesus. And instead of allowing, and I'm saying allowing because you all are talking about submission, allowing their wife, their girlfriend, their whomever to have a one-on-one relationship with Jesus, you all have put yourself as their conduit. Now, I assume that you believe that Jesus unalived on the cross. I would probably be right if I said that, right?
Yes.
Okay. The reason why back in the Old Testament you had to have a sacrificial lamb was because people were not allowed to come to God for
Correct.
themselves. You had
Yes.
to have a conduit. That's why you had to sacrifice the lamb, and the blood was what purified you.
Right.
When Jesus unalived on the cross, he tore the veil, and that was broken.
Right.
And that allowed us to each have an individual relationship with Jesus.
Right.
The curses of the past were broken. So when you all continue to put yourself as the head, as someone who stands between your wife or your girlfriend and God, you are misusing the Bible for the purposes of oppression. Now, I am not saying that you're doing it intentionally, but what I am saying, it is happening nonetheless. And that is the problem when we read the Bible. And I'm not specifically talking to you, I'm talking about honestly, more the people, a lot of these men in the chat. When we read the Bible without context and we do not understand the events that take place in the Bible, we presume things that are no longer in effect. Paul talks about it a lot when he's raising up churches, and, he talks about, all the different things that they are no longer SLAVES2. So one of those things being in the Old Testament was the curses that were put on Adam and Eve because of their sin. He unalived to cleanse those, and now we each go to him. So the submission is gone. The captivity is gone. That is the hope of the Bible. But instead of leaning into that hope, you all continue to use Old Testament teachings to justify that you all want to be in charge. And that is my main problem, not with you personally, but when people come up here and use the Bible without using all of the context.
Okay. That was a lot to digest, and I appreciate you trying to be understanding what my intentions are. But all I'm saying is that through self-sacrifice, you experience a different level of love.
Oh my God.
And it seems like things just naturally happen on their own. I don't have to force any kind of submission or anything. If my wife wants to talk to Christ on her own, or
You said your wife is
like
submissive.
I'm saying that she naturally
That
just
is not
is.
natural.
That's not natural, though, because she has been
I'm saying that
indoctrinated.
my energy, the energy that
No.
I give off and the things that I do and the way that I provide and the way that I
Is she
play my part
Christian?
in her life, yes.
Then
Then
she's
she was
soothing to you.
indoctrinated with that
Exactly.
idea. And I'm saying that, and I'm a Christian, but we have to deconstruct what the Bible is and is not instructing us to do. So no, she is not doing this out of free will. She's doing this the same way that girls are taught to sit with their legs closed and to sit with this and keep your eyes downcast and be demure and not to be too loud. These
So
are the things that we're told.
let me ask you a question. So if you're loved selflessly, you don't naturally just want to be a certain way towards that person?
Submission is not
Naturally,
one of them. Submission is
Naturally,
not one of them. No, you're going to be loving, you're going to be kind, you're going to be giving. But there's nowhere in that love where I submit a part of my humanity to a man so that he provides something for me. That is not a part of the love bargain.
Mm.
and also natural would imply biological. Like this is something that happens. She wouldn't have to choose to do it. You wouldn't have to do something for her to then biologically be submissive. That's not how that works. She is indoctrinated, and yes, she is choosing to be submissive because of what she was taught to do. Like we
Right.
all were.